Welcome, podcast listeners. You are now locked in. Grab your mic and let's begin. Turn your radios up some. I got to drop some lyrics on ya. From a new artist. Tell me what you think when you hear I am a podcaster. I am a podcaster. As the smoke clears, I see all my listeners are here. Welcome to my podcast. Welcome to my podcast. Grab your mic, and original. Hey, grab your mic, it's an original. What's up? It's your host, Super Savage. And we are on Grab Your Mic, it's an original. How's everyone doing today? On this good Monday. Now, I know everybody has a favorite comedian. When it comes to me, I have a few favorite comedians. So, today we're going to talk about my top 10 favorite comedians. Now, I don't care if y'all agree or do not agree. But I got some of the hottest on my list. So, starting at number 10 is Bruce, better known as Bruce Church, better known as Bruce from the BET stand-up comedian, Comic View. He always making fat jokes. He's an American actor and he does stand-up comedian. He is from Atlanta, Georgia. He grew up in the Bluff, which is one of the roughest neighborhoods in that part of the state. He was also a host of BET Comic View, and he appeared in several stand-up specials and television series. He went to Booker T. Washington High School. He has a book out called Baby James Brown. Oh my God. And and he's a spokesman as well as a hip hop and comedian Bonjour. Bruce, y'all. He play on all them hood movies. He play on all them hood movies with them big old suits and stuff and all. Alright, at my number 9 spot, give it up for Kevin Durrell Hart. Kevin is an American... Y'all so silly. Kevin is an American stand-up comedian, actor, and producer. Born and raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Hart began his career by winning several amateur comedy competitions at clubs. He has played on so many different TV shows: Real Husbands of Hollywood, Modern Family, Die Hard, right on 1 and 2. He's a phenomenon. He was born July the 6th. He's a Cancer, 1979, and he is 41. I love him on Why Did We Get Married? When he was with Wendy Williams' big old ass. I loved him on there. He took her down through there, baby. He took her down through there. Next, at number 8, is Charles Quentin Murphy. Charles Quentin Murphy is the brother of Eddie Murphy, and he is an American actor. He's a comedian and a writer. His best work is writing for Comedy Central, as well as the David Chappelle Show, and he's the co-star of the sitcom Black Jesus. He's the older brother. Thank you. Unfortunately, he passed away April the 12th, 2017, to cancer in New York, but he was born July the 12th, also a cancer, 1959, Brooklyn, New York, and he was loved by everyone, so he will be truly missed. One of my favorites. Him and Eddie Murphy was just like, the opposite comedians. He was more of a serious comedian. He played like a gangster role, and Eddie Murphy was more of a commercial comedian. He crossed over first, so I mean they were very different, but they both were, they made me laugh. So big ups to the Murphy boys. I love them. I always will. All right, let's go on to number 7. Bernard Jeffrey McCall, better known as Bernie Mac. The Kings of Comedy was one of my favorite shows with him and Steve Harvey, and what's his name? What's the other cat name? I forgot his name, but he played on My Wife and Kids. But anyway, so he was born and raised in Chicago, South Side. Give it up, yep. Yep, Mac gained popularity as a stand-up comedian. He joined his fellow comedians Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer. Oh, D.L. Hughley was the other one. In the Kings of Comedy. He has 2 or 3 books. I Ain't Scared of You, and Maybe You'll Never Cry Again. He died in August the 9th, 2008 in Chicago, and he was born October the 5th, 1957. You will always be Miss Bernie Mac, and he is one of the greatest. This next comedian is a showstopper. He's small in size but big in voice. He's very athletic and very kind of like orchestrated as far as when it comes to an artist. He has his hands in a little bit of everything. He's a diverse artist, and let's give it up for Cat Williams. Real name, Messiah Sierra. Born September the 2nd. He is a Virgo, 1971. And that's the same birthday as my mom. He is a stand-up comedian, an actor, and a rapper, and a singer. And he's a vocal coach. He has also played many roles as Money Mike. Yeah. Like, they supposed to be hazel. They supposed to be Friday After Next has a tinge on Wild and Out. He also portrayed Bobby Shaw in My Wife and Kids. Provided his voice for pimp named Slickback in the Boondocks. He played in Cats and Dogs, which was an opera and a showstopper. Also Norbit, and he is on his own video game, Grand Theft Auto. He has been all around the world. When I say all around the world, out of the country, third world countries, and basically just took his vision so far. He's did so much for the community. He is crazy as hell, and I love him. That's Cat Williams, y'all. When we return, I will finish the countdown, starting at number 5. You think that y'all have seen something? Y'all ain't seen shit. I'm telling y'all right now. It gets better. Yes, it does. Top 10 best comedians. This is Grab Your Mic in Original, and I'm your host, Super Savage. We'll be right back.
Grab your mic, it's an original. I won't think twice as I tell you the lyrics of a new artist that he's going to explode. And I just got to tell you one more thing. Have a good day. I really think of you sometimes. Think of me. Hey, it's just a grab your mic original podcast, and we stay down. We real.
Grab your mic, it's an original. Super Savage. We're back. If you have a favorite comedian, or your comedian list is long as mine, because you can't just choose one because they're all like totally fabulous, you can reach me at robinbuckley18 at yahoo and gmail.com, or you can reach me at Miss Super Savage or The Real Super Savage on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Coming in at number 5, he has reached the charts with Jackie Chan in numerous Rush album films. He can speak Spanish, he can speak Chinese, he can make up a language. Chris Tucker. Now, Chris Tucker was born August the 31st, 1971. He's 49, from an ATL. Christopher Tucker is his name, and he is an actor and a stand-up comedian. He's also known for his roles as Detective Carter and some of his Rush Hour film series, and so is Smokey F. Gray Fridays. He is become frequent for performing at Def Comedy Jams in the 1990s, as well as Comic View. He's been on Showtime at the Apollo. He is a rock and roll comedian. I mean, he does everything, and he is funny as hell. Let's give it up for Chris Tucker. I was just playing, and you noticed, man. Number 4, need I say more? He is a phenomenal comedian. He has his own talk show, televised on OWN. He is a host on Family Feud, and he has opened up the comedian world for Black Americans around the world. Steve Harvey. Also playing roles as Mr. Hightower and on a couple of Medea pictures. He's also the host of Steve Harvey Morning Show, Celebrity, Family Feud, the Miss Universe, and the Miss America competition. He began his career as a comedian. Born January the 17th, 1957. He is 64 and handsome. And he has a lot of kids. And I'm going to name his kids, guys. I got to name his kids. I mean, for real, he got a lot of kids. Yes, he has a lot of kids. Yeah. All right, let's give it up for Lori Wynton, Brandy, Morgan, Jason, Broderick Jr., and Carly. Those are his beautiful kids. Let's give it up for a phenomenon in the community and in and off the stage, a showstopper, Steve Harvey. Number 3 should have been number 1, but he'll always have a place in my heart. I first started watching stand-up comedy with this man right here. He is the first black comedian to ever grace a stage. Before it was comedy, before there was words and there were only pictures. This is when this man started, comedianship. I mean, you couldn't even say nothing. You had to act out a scene. I mean, he was before black and white. Richard Pryor, y'all. Richard Pryor was known for his storytelling comedian. His real name is Richard Franklin Lennox Thomas Pryor, and he is from Peoria, Illinois. Big up to my state. Yep. December the 1st, 1940. He died December the 10th, 2005. He also reached a broad audience in his tremendous observation of his storytelling style. He was widely recognized as one of the greatest and most influential stand-up comedians of all times. Plus, he blew up on that crack. Remember? Anyway, let's just cherish the memory of Richard Pryor, as well as he was the first African American to say the N-word on a broadcast. He will always be loved and cherished, and I love him. He's one of my, really, he should have been number one, but, I don't know. I love him. He's like a father figure. He's for all comedians. He paved the way, and let's show our most respect for Richard Pryor, y'all. We getting down to the top 2 favorite comedians of Super Savages. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take a small break, because these last 2 comedians, I have went through some struggles and trials and tribulations with them. I was married to these guys. In my own mind, I've been through hell and back with these comedians. I love them to death. They're my top most favorite to this day. I'll watch them all day long. I won't turn to any other station. When we return, our top 2 Supa's best comedians.
Welcome, podcast listeners. You are now locked in. Grab your mics and let's begin. Turn your radios up some. I got to drop some lyrics on ya. From a new artist. Tell me what you think when you hear I am a podcaster. I am a podcaster. As the smoke clears, I see all my listeners are here. Welcome to my podcast. Welcome to my podcast.
This is an original. Yes, y'all. We are back live in effect on Grab Your Mic. It's an original, and we are down to our last 2 comedians. So let's do the drum roll. No, I'm just playing. Y'all are so crazy. Y'all know I wasn't finna do no dang on drum roll. Okay, number two. Man, I love him. He's played in several Bad Boys. Thin Line Between Love and Hate. He has played in so many Big Mama houses. He stalked the hell out of Gina back in the day. He went crazy on some Chronic and ran across the road. He did all types of crazy. Martin Lawrence, y'all. Now, Martin Lawrence was a film producer, and he produced his own movies like Big Mama's House and Black Knight. He's also a writer and a former Golden Glove boxer. Born April the 16th, 1965. He is 56 and looking damn good, okay? Martin became in the fame during the 1990s. He established a Hollywood career, but not before being on BET's Comic View, as well as different other comedian platforms. When he got to Hollywood, he just took off from there. And I mean, from Blue Streak, and he started playing with Maurice Warfield on What's Happening Now. And I mean, it just took off from there. He's one of my favorite. I love Martin. I mean, I can watch the same old thing over and over and over. He also was like the beginning of the first people that started cross-dressing acting. So he had Shanae and Otis and Jerome in the house, better watch it. And to be honest, Big Mama's was also one of his glorified opening acts. I love him to death, and let's give it up for Martin Lawrence. Number one is indescribable. He's basically one of my role models. I love him to death. He smokes a lot of weed, and so. But I mean, he is very famous for being on all of the Fridays. He is so day. Mike Epps. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. Hey, that's my dog. Top flight of the world, Craig. Michael Elliott Epps is an American stand-up comedian and actor, film producer, writer, and rapper. He is best known for playing Day Jones in all of the Friday sequels. Also appearing in The Hangover and Black Doug. He was the voice of Boog in this open season 2, which was one of my favorite. Born November the 18th, 1970. He is the bashful 50 years old. From Indianapolis, Indiana. Give it up for my favorite, the one you can't clone, number one of Supa's comedians, Mike Epps. When it comes to all of the comedians, they all worked hard their whole entire life to have an empire, to basically be able for people to admire them and they be proud of them, and they're wonderful people. I could not just choose just one comedian. It was impossible to do. So I put a hand collective that I would like fall over and dead if I ever met. I think I've met. The only one I've met is Mike Epps, and that's probably why he's my number one. But anyway, you guys, this is Super Savage. Grab your mic, it's an original. Next time, we will be talking about whatever we want to talk about. Stay blessed. Take care of each other. And till next time, this is Grab Your Mic, an original. Peace.
Oh.